welcome to lesson 2, Greensleeves, or What Child Is This? Two different names for the same tune. I know it's confusing, but we're going to handle it. So my name's Alec from Bagpipe Ready. We're going through lesson 2 of this tune. If you want to look at all the lessons or my other tune workshops, just click on the link below. If you like my bagpipe content, let me know. Like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment below if you like my new background. Or if you want to let me know where you're at in your piping journey. I love to read each and every comment. And here we're going to continue on in the first line with lesson 2. One more time just to get it in our heads. This is the part we're working on. So we have a couple embellishments in there, but let's just walk through the note transition first. And then we'll talk about embellishments and timing after. So just note transition, we ended off last lesson on an F. So our bottom hand is in the low A position, pinky's up, top hand, thumb and first finger are on the holes, bottom two fingers are off the holes. That's our F. So we have a short high G just by lifting the top finger. And if we're not doing the grace note, don't worry about that for now. We'll add that in a moment. We're just going right back to the F. So short high G back to the F. And then we have a long E. So after that F, we've walked down the scale one more note to the E just by dropping one more finger on the top hand. And then here we're walking down the scale, but we're skipping the D and we're going straight to C. So from E to C. And that transition, there's quite a bit going on here. So let's just talk about that for a moment. Ring finger is coming down on the top hand. Middle two fingers are coming up on the bottom hand, and that pinky finger is coming down too. So we have those three things all happening at the same time. If that's new to you, pause the video, just work on that transition. And it just takes some time for your brain to wire into your fingers, but you're going to get it. The real key is just repeating, repetition. So get some repetition under your belt with that. Once you're comfortable with that, from that C we go down to low A. And there's an easy embellishment we can do there, which I'll talk about in a moment. But let's just talk about timing, then we'll add in those embellishments. So timing before we start adding in embellishments. Again, 6/8 timing, 6 beats per bar. The 8th note gets the beat. That's what that signature tells us. If that's too much, don't worry about it. What we can just do is sing and clap. So you know how many claps or how many foot taps or how many beats each note is getting. So that F that we ended on in lesson 1, da, da, da. So that F gets 2 beats, but we're hopping onto that next note on the upbeat. So that short high G we talked about, it's kind of happening in between the beats. So ba, da, da, it's happening in between the beats or on the upbeat. If you're tapping your foot, that note happens when your foot is up in the air, and by the time your foot taps down, we're already back to that F, back to the next F. Da, 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 E gets 2 beats, da, 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 and then the C just gets 1 beat. So the C is a shorter note, the E is a longer note, gets 2 beats, it's a quarter note, or other words, 2/8 notes, da, 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 that low A dotted 8th note gets 2 beats as well. So let's add in the embellishments, and then hopefully we can keep that timing in place once we add in these rascals. First one we're adding in is a high A grace note. So not as common as a high G grace note, but these do come up. So if it's new to you, it's good to take a moment to learn. So trying to exaggerate that high A grace note. So we're on the F, we go up to high G to get back to the F instead of just simply dropping one finger. We're going to actually lift that thumb off first, top finger comes down, then the thumb comes down, and that's our high A or high G grace note, whatever you want to call it. So that's the first embellishment. There's the next one on that E. So from F to E. Now if doublings are completely beyond you, you could start with the G grace note because that's the first half of the doubling. Just by lifting up that top finger, second finger comes down, top finger comes down. That would be the G grace note. If you want to do the doubling, 2 grace notes double. So our second grace note is happening right after that. So the second grace note is that middle finger coming up and down. So the whole movement all together, you're on the F, top finger lifts, second finger comes down, top finger comes down, and then right away, middle finger lifts up and down on its own. So that's our doubling from F to E. Now if there's one embellishment you're going to add in here, you're new to embellishments but you're excited to add one in, this would be it. From C to low G strike and then up to low A. So you're just dropping down both middle fingers of the bottom hand to hit that low G, and then the pinky finger comes up. So that gives it a little bit of a nice extra sound, and it's an easy embellishment to hit as long as your pinky is already on that G hole. If you go to the C and you miss that low G hole, you won't hear that low G sound. So it's a good motivation to keep that lower hand pinky finger beefed up and strengthened up to make sure you hit that low G hole when you are on your C, and then that low G strike will be easy and sounding fabulous. So make sure you hit that low G hole on your C. So I'll just play it through a couple more times, nice and slow, without embellishments and with embellishments. I'll play also what we did in lesson 1. I'll just combine it so you can hear it. And then I can't wait to see it in lesson 3. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I'm excited to hear where you're at in your piping journey. Excited to hear if you like the new background. Excited to see you in the next lesson. The link's below for all those lesson details. And here's a couple more times lesson 1 and 2 combined before I go. I'll do without embellishments and then with embellishments. And with embellishments. Have fun with this, and can't wait to see you in lesson 3. Happy piping!